Hey you guys, welcome to Splinterlands TV. It is I, the Psy, and I am back for a long overdue update. I want to thank everyone who's been sending me PMs, everyone who's messaged me, everyone who's left some comments on my YouTube videos saying, Silence, where are ya? We haven't heard from you in a while. And I figure it's about time that I give a little bit of an update, let you guys know what's going on. I originally recorded like this big, long 20-30 minute video, but I think that I'm gonna trim it down a little because I rambled quite a lot on that one. And yeah, so where have I been? I mean, I think part of it has to do with just like a shift in the way that I've been thinking. And first off, I'll just tell you guys where I am. I'm here at VA Barrie Disc Golf Course in St. Thomas, Ontario. I try and wake up these days, you know, around 5:30 a.m. so I can get out and go for a walk, play some disc golf, or enjoy nature in any way that I can. And that's been kind of a big part of the shift as to why I'm not playing Splinterlands right now. And I should also give a shout out to Thorlock and Hive Drip. I've still got that tofu I was supposed to give out to you guys. I completely forgot about it. So my apologies to everyone, including Thorlock. I'm gonna give him back that tofu so he can find another way to give it out. Because yeah, I want to make sure that we get that into the community's hands somewhere. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yeah. But yeah, where have I been? What's been happening? So I started taking a little pause from Splinterlands around the time of the Canadian election. I'm really big into politics. It's like one of my favorite things. I love listening to the world around me. And my wife always says, why do you listen to that junk? And I'm like, man, this isn't junk. This is what affects us in real time. It affects everything. It affects our services. It affects our taxes. It affects where we live. It's probably possibly one of the most important things to do with our world, you know, is our government and how it's run and how it affects us. So yeah, I'm really big into politics, and let's just say that the past 10 years have been very terrible for Canada. I mean, we've got some of the slowest GDP growth in all of the G7, G8, G20. I don't even know how many, but it's been really, really bad. And that's after 10 years of like liberals, and somehow they got reelected, and Pierre Poilievre, my man, lost his seat. And that was just kind of like soul crushing for me. I lost all faith in like the Canadian people, democracy and everything like that. Well, I guess sort of democracy, but the people that I talked to that were voting liberal, they really couldn't answer a single question about anything to do with anything. They were just voting liberal because that's their team, you know. Hey, I vote liberal. I consider myself a liberal, so I'm voting liberal. And they didn't understand any policies, the economics, what's happened with our debt spiraling out of control the past 10 years, immigration issues, and really they didn't know anything, but they just voted for their team. And yeah, lucky they didn't get a majority, but I mean, they're almost there. And I mean, I don't want to turn this into a whole political thing, but suffice to say, I lean right. I consider myself center right, which I used to consider myself slightly left leaning, but they've kind of moved the goalposts, and what was once left is now far right kind of deal in a lot of ways. And what once was left is now so far left it's unrecognizable to me. But again, I don't want to get too into politics here. That's what ended up happening on the last video and why I had to kind of redo it, right? But I mean, it has made me think about selling my house here in St. Thomas, and I've been putting a lot of time and effort into that so that we can hopefully pick up and move to Alberta, where things are slightly sane. I mean, the big cities are gone. Edmonton, Calgary, those guys are kind of like Toronto here in Ontario, gone. But I mean, it is what it is. Maybe I'm not an alarmist, but I just don't see much of a future for Ontario here, or a lot of Canada in a lot of ways. And I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't want to make it too political. Suffice to say that I'm right leaning, and when the Liberals won again, it kind of was soul crushing to me, and I had to take some time and do some personal reflection and figure out how I wanted to kind of steer my family and decide what was best for us moving forward into the future. So Yeah, it's just really weird though that UK, Australia, Canada, like everyone who had like a right-leaning kind of more populist leader, all the leaders lost their seats and we were all projected to win and then we all lost. It's interesting to me how the winds of fate have changed is the way I'm going to phrase it, and we've gone more towards this global hierarchy of mandates. And I'll just say things are so ridiculous here. They're trying to end all sales of gas-powered vehicles by 2035 through a mandate. That's how crazy things are here in Canada. Like literally within 10 years, they're going to make it illegal through a mandate to sell gas-powered vehicles here in Canada. Like sacrificing everything to the altar of net zero, when we basically here in Canada produce like 1.5% of the world's carbon, and stifle all of our resources and everything to be net zero. It just doesn't make any sense. But hey, that's what happens when you elect a prime minister like Mark Carney, right? Again, I'm gonna stop with the politics now. You guys probably get where I'm going with this, but isn't this beautiful? I was awake at 5:30 this morning to come out here. I try and wake up early to be able to leave my kids in bed so I can do this, And now I spent so much time making these videos that they're gonna be awake. I love this shot, but I'm not doing like the mountain shots today. Yeah, so a lot of my philosophy changed after that, and I haven't really had time to log back in and play a lot of Splinterlands. Not that I don't want to, but it's just that I was like, you know what do I want to do? And we got 2 seasons here in Canada. We got construction season and we got winter, as they always like to say. So when the weather is nice like this, I mean, I really have to ask myself, do I want to be spending time inside on my computer, or do I want to be going out into the wilds and the wilderness and, doing this? And I think that this is probably what's best for me right now. And I've also been trying to spend a lot more time with my kids, because after I did that video series, my new player series, and I calculated the amount of time that I was spending playing Splinterlands, I mean, it was something like over 60 hours a week or 60 hours a month. And I just don't feel like I have 60 hours a month that I should be putting into a video game. Any video game. I don't care if it's Splinterlands or Fortnite or Baldur's Gate 3. Nothing. I got 4 kids, 2, 4, 6, and 8. And I don't have 60 hours, or I should say I shouldn't be spending 60 hours in my philosophy playing video games when I could be interacting with them and, going out to the park with them, or even playing disc golf with them. My little son Wolfgang, he's 6. He actually just won the Junior Heisers tournament in Elmer for 6 and unders. He crushed the second guy by like 28 strokes. So, I mean, I want to nourish that kind of thing instead of be like, hey, you guys can sit here and watch TV while I play Splinterlands, and let's not interact with each other. Let's just interact with screens, And no shade for those of you who want to do that. Like, that's totally up to you. Like, absolutely, I love Splinterlands. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't want to play Splinterlands, but I have to admit, oh, there's a bunny. I have to sort of set priorities, of what's more important right now in my life. And I just don't think that I have the 60 hours a month to be able to do that. There you go, little bunny. Let's see how close you can get before you run away, because I kind of want to sit down for a second at that picnic table. You know what? I'll just let you be in peace, bunny. I'll let you be in peace. But yeah, so I've been trying to get away from screens, and that's all screens, just so I can, live life more naturally and authentically, I guess. I don't know. That sounds kind of like a hippie thing to say. But I don't know, man. I was just spending so much time playing not just Splinterlands, but then there's the moments in between Splinterlands when you'll be scrolling on your phone, you'll have to take a little bit of a bowel movement, as I'll phrase it, and your 3-minute bowel movement becomes a 30-minute sitting on the potty and doom scrolling, So you add all that up, and I mean, just screens alone, they've just taken over life, So yeah, man. This is what I've been trying to do lately instead. just interact more with my kids, be more in nature. And the thing with Splinterlands is I love it so much. It's so addictive. It was almost like I had to cut it off cold turkey for a while, because I know that if I log in and I start playing and I start understanding the CA metagame, like Conclave Arcana, I haven't even bought a single pack, you know? Once I start understanding the Conclave Arcana metagame a little bit better, I'll just want to play. And it's like an alcoholic who stopped drinking, and then, you know, you have that drink and then you just like, okay, well, I had one, so, you know, it's not too bad. I got it under control. I'll have 2, I'll have 4, I'll have 6. And before you know it, you're kind of back to your old ways. So I'm just trying to, you know, do this instead. What you see here on the screen, this is what I'm trying to do now instead. Anything really that's not screen time, because I find that we're just, as society as a whole, I'm going to go on a little rant, we're just too into screens, you know, and we miss out on these kinds of things. Like these kind of moments are what we miss out on when we're just glued to our screens all the time. And, you know, it got kind of bad for my kids for a while. I made the mistake of letting them play video games, okay? I was like, you know what, guys, I'm going to introduce you guys to the NES, like classic Nintendo, through one of those, you know, the cheap $30 game systems you can buy that come with 2 controllers and they've got every Nintendo game loaded onto them. But I could instantly see a change in my kids' personalities when I did that. They went from always wanting to go outside and play with their friends and jump on our trampoline and everything like that, to just being like, I want to play video games, you know? And when you take the controller away from them to even just come and have supper, they'd throw like a major fit and everything, you know? And I was just like, whoa, no way I'm letting this happen. So, I mean, seeing it in them, I mean, I probably had that same thing in me, you know, with Splinterlands, or, I mean, that's really the only video game I played, but still, I mean, it was enough. Splinterlands is enough. Let's face it. It's a lifestyle. Splinterlands is a lifestyle, not just a game. So, yeah, I mean, I saw that in them. I had to take away their ability to watch most TV shows even, because, I mean, they're just screen monsters, you know? Like, kids are just, they're developing so rapidly. And if you don't try and nurture things other than screen time, they'll just do screens all day. So the only things that I even let them watch now is Number Blocks, Super Y, and shows about space, basically, space and nature. Like they can watch life on our planet, they can watch space exploration shows and things like that. But as far as stuff that's like, you know, what typical kids watch, YouTube stuff, like I've deleted all that stuff from even being able to be on our smart TVs, you know. I just don't want my kids to do that. And their school has been suffering because of that kind of thing. And same with all their other kids. And I was talking to teachers, they're like, no, B is the new A. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, B is the new A. If your kids are getting B's, like that's good. And that's just the way that things are now. And I was like, well, how do you get an A? They're like, yeah, you basically don't. I was like, that's pretty messed up, man. So yeah. So I mean, all in all, this is kind of what I've been doing instead of Splinterlands. Just trying to spend more time, more focus on family, more time, more focus on getting out. I haven't smoked in months. So, I mean, I'm trying to make just some positive changes here. And I guess in some ways I got to thank the Liberals for destroying my hopes and dreams of a better future for my kids in Canada by winning, because yeah, it kind of got me to enjoy things like this and, you know, get packed up and start preparing for a move to Alberta, where hopefully things are going to be a little bit better, where there's hopefully a better future for my kids. I know that if all goes well, we'll be going to like Red Deer or Lethbridge or something like that. And I mean, if we make it to Red Deer, that's an hour and a half from Calgary, hour and a half from Edmonton, hour and a half from one of the biggest national parks. I forget which one it is right now, just because Banff, I think it is, you know, and 3 hours from the Rockies or something like that. So if we can do something, get to Red Deer, get to Lethbridge, and this becomes what you see here, you know, in Alberta with mountains in the background, becomes my new normal. Like, I think that that's just a much better life for my kids than, you know, me sitting and playing Splinterlands for 60 plus hours a month, and then trying to create the content on top of that, and then all the other screen time that we do. Like, I just think that it's the way it was meant to be. And I've had to have kind of a reckoning with that. But I mean, I've been waking up like 5:30, coming out and enjoying this. Birds, no one's around me, you know, the bunnies, the deer sometimes. And I think that this is the life that I want. So, I mean, I'm not saying doom and gloom, I'm never playing Splinterlands again, because that's definitely not true. I will be playing Splinterlands again. I want to play Splinterlands again. And like I said, I'm still renting out my cards, which I find is amazing. I mean, what other game can you play when you're just like, hey, I'm taking some time off, and instead I'm just going to rent my cards out, you know, and earn this passive income. Absolutely incredible the way that it is. I've just got other things that I'm prioritizing right now that aren't screen related, that aren't video game related, and that I feel are in the better interests of myself, my family. And yeah, this is the way it's got to be, guys. And again, Thorlock, I apologize. I'll get you back that tofu, and hopefully you can look forward to him finding another way to give that out. But yeah, man, that was part of the catalyst, was running that event when I was like, holy smokes, I really am spending a lot of time just like on screens, making content, playing video games, and it's not really the life that I wanted for myself. And I had to make some changes. And I mean, just look at this video. These are those changes, right? The only thing that I still need is mountains in the background of Alberta, and a nice comeback for Pierre Poilievre in that by-election that he's running in. And hopefully we can get things back on track. But yeah, man, feel free to drop me some comments, and I'll try and answer them and stuff like that. But again, no shade to anyone who's playing Splinterlands. I love Splinterlands, and as far as games go, like, it's one of the greatest. Like, I don't want you to feel like I'm like trying to be all condescending or holier than thou or anything like that. This is just like something that I've decided to do for myself, is be outside more and be inside less, and look less at screens, you know, because I mean, family's forever, and my phones break every 2 years. So that's that. So there you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little update. Yeah, I don't have a title screen or anything. My computer's even packed up because we're trying to make things look nice for when we eventually get our house up on the market. If anyone's in the market for a house here in Ontario, in St. Thomas, we got a nice little 5-bedroom that we're putting up. So there you go. And until next time, it's either side. Maybe I'll do a few more update videos like this and just be like rambling and talking about stuff, and try not to make it too political. But I love my politics, man. I love politics. All right, everyone. Take it easy. Make sure you do get some fresh air, though, guys. Get up, get out. Enjoy life while you can. Life is short. Only got one. You live and then you die. I'll leave it on that awesome, uplifting note. Take care, everyone. Peace.